Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Wakwak, Badash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Shalom to the mighty Akim, Wakwafim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. It's Brother Kawakab coming at you with another lesson. And today's lesson, we're going to be going into this thing that I had found, where I had got this email from Slack Quora, all right, and you know, sometimes Quora has these little questions that people answer and whatnot, and I like to go in and read a bit of it, you know, whenever I catch it and whatnot on my free time, like just when I'm out and about and whatnot, to say, okay, well, that's a interesting read. Let me hear about what they have to say. Let me see if I agree with it. Let me see if I'm not. And then as a result of that, I am led to this question right here. This person's question is, I'm not T-phobic, but I don't agree with the T movement. Are you going to judge me? All right, so a very simple question. He makes a blanket statement at first saying that he's not afraid, all right, because that's really what that word means. And on top of that, he also says he doesn't necessarily want to wish death upon them. Okay, I guess that's what I'm assuming that's what he said. And in the follow up, he says, I don't agree with it. Okay, so basically what he means by I don't agree with it is just that he says, I don't think that these people should be facing death. He just does not want them to do. He just doesn't agree. Or Slaki, let me try to fix myself out, because this is a PC type of wording that I'm trying to properly translate it to. So it's like I don't hate them, but I don't agree with the things that they're doing. Okay, that's basically what he's trying to say. As a result of that, there was a different amount. There's 50-50 comments. Okay, two different types of comments. This comment that we're going to get into, and the other one that I'm also going to get into. So this first one is, this person says, I don't want pineapple on my pizza. Hold on, where's the other one? Oh yeah, this one, Slakia. Yes, I am. Opinion is whether pineapple belongs on pizza, not about whether a group of people deserve recognition as being fully human and deserve to be free of slander, harassment, prejudice, and to be safe in their persons in public space. We can disagree about whether pineapple belongs on pizza, but disagreement about a group's human rights is not a difference of opinion, it's a difference of morality. Now, this person is wrong, and on top of that, he made a false equivalent. Okay, because I also want to preface this by saying, even though the person whoever made the, I don't know who made the initial question, but whoever made it, even though I can understand what they're trying to say, I will never ever side with an Edomite like this, that thinks like this, or even tries to fight against these types of people, simply because these exact same Edomites are the same ones that will be racist for no reason and are straight up enemies of us. So at the end of the day, even though you might see an Edomite that's talking about stuff like this, that might be saying, the kids are getting influenced, and you might agree with something that he's saying in the moment, all right, always remember that at the end of the day, after he's done fighting for whatever kids' rights to not be forced into that type of lifestyle, he definitely wants to, 99.9% chance wants you dead if you are an Israelite. Anyway, continuing on, this person is making such a false equivalence and pushing things to the complete extreme. This person did not say that he wants he wants to invalidate a people that exists. He didn't say that. He He only said that he does not agree with what they're doing. That's literally what he said. On top of that, this is the main talking point that these devil Edomite, cis, straight, white Edomite men do. Okay, they will talk and use logic against these people to debate them and whatnot, and make them look dumb. All right, which in that sense, of course, as I said before, yeah, they might be right in that case, but at the same time, you get it. And the thing is that oftentimes it's not about wanting to kill people, because yes, there are some people that would want to kill people. Yes, there are some people that do incite violence, but we don't incite violence. Okay, we say, as a matter of fact, let me get that precept. All right, because clearly, it is legal for you to be a T in this society, but that doesn't mean you have to be. You have to partake in it. So for us, we don't have to partake in it, so we don't partake in it. All right, but because this is legal in this society, let's read this precept, Romans chapter 13, verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of Yahweh. The powers that be are ordained of Yahweh. So simply because it is legal in this society, okay, we do not have any say in whether we allow them to do it, we stop them from doing it or not. We do not push against it. All we do is we let people know, the Lord does not like this, to the people whom are Israelites and it applies to. Okay, if they don't want to accept it, then you let them do whatever they want. That is their choice. All right, that's completely their choice. It is not your responsibility to force someone to stop someone or to even take their lives. So I'm telling you right now, I'm making things abundantly clear that we as Israelites are not allowed to go casting judgment on anybody. And I had another precept I wanted to get. I'm trying to remember which one it was. What was it? Oh yeah, Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. So basically, all we do, okay, is we let the people know, anyone that asks, anyone that needs to know, okay, we don't go out of our way to announce, well, yeah, kind of, but not really. We just let our people know, hey, Esau can do that. Esau can do all that stuff. This is his kingdom. He can be a fighter jet, whatever the frick saying that they say. Okay, he can do all that stuff, but our people, we cannot do that. Should our people decide to do that anyway after we warn them, that is not our business. Okay, we do not force people. We do not attack people for doing that type of stuff. That's just objectively the fact of the matter. Now going back to this Quora thing. All right, the reason why I wanted to make this lesson is because it is such a yes, it is a hypocritical thing that you have these people that always say, oh, we're all about inclusion, we're all about love, we're all about this, but yet they are some of the dumbest as well as the most vile people on this earth. All right, let me get that in this Isaiah chapter 32 verse 5. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. Verse 6. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. But the liberal deviseth liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand. Liberal, okay, is synonymous with vile and villainy. Okay, the reason why is because you have these people that conveniently, quote unquote, conveniently. 'Cause I only say quote unquote because it's definitely, what's the word? It's definitely set up this way through YAHAWAH and MANASHAH. The Lord knew how this stuff was going to happen. He put the Spirit on people. Anyway, that's different. That's a different thing altogether. Anyway, the main stuff is that it is very convenient, all right, that these exact same people that claim to be liberal are some of the most wicked and evil things. And as a matter of fact, these people in the comments were actually talking about that. Now, let me get this actually. This person, Steve, says, please don't force the pineapple on younger pizzas. So he's showing an example in how people are forcing their alphabet agenda on the kids. There were literally multiple videos. I think it was videos of multiple videos I had seen where adults and kids went to complain to the school board about why is this sexually explicit content. It was sexually explicit alphabet content. Now it wasn't even just normal corn. It had to be specifically like boy on boy or girl on girls, stuff like that type corn, where they are introducing this and they're making this into kid forms and stuff like that while still explaining into a sexually graphic way. All right. So, as a result of that, they are pushing out this stuff on the kids. All right. They're pushing out this stuff on the kids, and yet literally nobody has a problem with that. But yet if you claim to have a problem with that stuff, if you say you disagree with this type of stuff, all right, then that's when they say, oh, you're this, you're that. And I don't even know if I'm allowed to make this video, but I'm still going to do it anyway, okay, because this needs to be said. Now, next, I want to go in some more comments. Okay, here by Diego Pessoa. Nobody can judge you if you don't explain exactly what you don't disagree with. Nobody has to agree with everything a movement preaches or does. And of course, disagreeing with the movement doesn't mean you are against the existence of the people who are part of the movement. And that was basically what the initial question was. Well, I believe what the initial question was trying to get at. They weren't trying to invalidate those people, okay, even though the Lord is going to destroy them. And I can say that definitively. I'm not saying that I'm going to go attack people, because I'm not going to attack people, all right. But the thing is that, I condemn anyone that goes to attack anyone, okay, no matter for what reason, okay. Obviously, if you want to defend yourself, sure, that's another thing. But in general, if you go to attack someone, you're in the wrong. You're wrong, because that's not what the Lord told us to do. But you can defend yourself, of course. Anyway, as I was saying, the main point is that these people that are always talking about inclusivity and understanding and love this, love that, are some of the most hypocritical and evil people, because they are ruining kids. As a matter of fact, there was let me see, most. What was the thing? I think the what was it? So first off, this says more than 40% of okay, have what? Have attempted?
Was when Jerusalem was part of the Ottoman Empire. And one of the first things that he did is he made a map of Jerusalem, and on it, he indicated the location of the most ancient part of Jerusalem.
All right, so first off, more than 40% of these people in the U.S. have attempted suicide. So Slovakia, more than almost 50% have attempted it. Next, it says
So Raymond Weil knew if he was going to find
next this thing says
somewhere within this 11-acre
research indicate they experience higher rates of depression and other mental health challenges compared to the general population. So compared to other people, they are more likely to experience
bars, the steps going down
depression or
him,
other mental health challenges compared to other people. That's basically the thing. So basically, as a result of that, as a result of you
the city of David,
entering into that lifestyle, you are imposing on yourself more probability to mental health, mental risk, and whatnot. All right.
sections of walls.
And okay, you know what? I wasn't gonna say this. I was not gonna say this, but I'm gonna say it now. And that's the truth. The truth of the matter is that this is a result of two things. Because number one, they.
Followed it to the north, and he did
I'm gonna keep it spiritual. Okay. The number one thing is that the Lord He does not make mistakes. The Lord does not. The people, you have these people that say, "Oh, I was born in the wrong body. The Lord made a mistake. The Lord this, the Lord did that, whatever." Okay, or why did the Lord make me this and whatnot? And also, you also have there was some people, because I just learned about it recently, that there was a good amount of children that had started early. Okay, I'll just use that terminology. They did the start early on when in their younger years, and then they basically regretted it. They wish that they didn't do it, so then they do surgery to reverse it, which even then that's not really, I don't really think it worked, because they basically got to adulthood, and then you basically get the picture. Like for a girl, if she needed hormones, she didn't get the hormones for her thing. She got testosterone, and then it's just weird now. It just messed up for her, and her life is ruined. And then you have those mental complications. And ultimately, at the end of the day, through the spirit, oftentimes people they know when they're doing something wrong. And oftentimes when you have an honest conversation about it, and you try to point out like this thing that you've decided to do, it seems wrong, okay, but yet they get so defensive because they initially convince themselves in their mind that no, this is something that I want to do, and now the thing that these people are saying, it's fucking with me. It's fucking with my spirit, and my spirit's starting to bug out because they're making me second guess the decisions that I decided to make. So this is where you have this type of mental complications. And funny thing enough is that's not even just for this type of lifestyle. It's for every type of lifestyle as well, because you have that dude Adam 22, when he went to one of these podcasts, and I forgot who I forgot the dude's name, but the dude there was this one Jake, I think it was a Jake, that was grilling the Adam on letting his wife sleep with another man after they got married, and after she had only a career of sleeping with other women. She had never done any girl with man. But after that, then when the dude was grilling him and talking to him about this is why that was wrong, this is why you basically mess yourself up and your wife up, and then the dude just got Adam 22 got mad, and then he got emotional, and then he just left. Okay, and that's the thing. Like you're gonna have instances like this where people are not at peace with the decision that they made simply because they know inherently that what they're doing is wrong, is in fact wrong. So of course it's going to be like the initial thing when there's no pushback, they're going to say, okay, yeah, we're good, I'm going to do it, I'm just going to keep on doing blah blah. But then when there is that pushback, when there is someone that's saying you're wrong for this and whatnot, then that's when when it's, especially when it's too late, that's when they're going to be like, oh no, I don't agree with this, like you're dumb, you don't know what you're talking about, X, Y, and Z and whatnot. All right, so continuing on, let's go back here.
But you could determine how they were cut into the rock and the entrance, and fortunately the tomb that was the best preserved was also the tomb that was the most monumental of them.
Actually, this is another good comment. I don't want pineapple on my pizza, but what you put on your pizza is up to you. That's basically what I'll say. I think, okay, like if you want to do that, just keep that away from me, and that's it's fine. All right. Next, okay, here, last one. By Stone Ninja, I'm not T, but I don't really care about the T movement. What I don't like is people who harass other people, no matter what they identify as. Okay, so basically,
that went back like this, and then from the floor like this.
What the fuck?
It had an upper part to it, like this, and then in the back.
All right, whatever. Let me just move on. But you basically get the point. So continuing on. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 21, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. Okay, so that's another thing where we're already getting to the point where we're going to be an offender for this truth. Okay, but now you also have in this society where last time I heard, okay, because I don't know the full intricacies of it, but last time I heard that you could potentially get some criminal charges, maybe for misgendering someone, and I shouldn't have said that. Fuck, but you get the point. All right. Let me just Google that actually.
In the way that it was originally used, so you have to use your imagination. You cover up where it's been opened up to the open air. And you understand that this is a horizontal.
Of course, Google doesn't want to answer it.
That went into the bedrock. It had an upper deck, and at the bottom of that upper deck, in the back of.
Okay, this is just Quora, but I don't want to.
Sarcophagus. And here is the tomb.
Okay, so this was 4 years ago. Okay, damn.
Entrance to the tomb, and then into the first chamber. Then up this makeshift ladder into.
Fuck it, let me just get ChatGPT.
And this is the sarcophagus that Raymond Weil was talking about excavating, where the body would have been laid. How would this work? It's not very long, but in these ancient times, the way that people were buried is they were buried in a curled up position like this. Now this is a unique type of tomb because most tombs were family tombs, and so they were used generationally to bury a number of individuals who died over generations
in most circumstances.
The tombs that Raymond Weil found were unique in that they were for the burial of a single individual, which is described.
So if you
in the Bible, because the Bible
do this thing, you can lose your job basically.
Within the city, you don't have cemeteries inside the city; you have them outside of the city.
It's considered a hate crime.
In Scripture for that is the burial of kings in their capital cities.
But that's the thing. That's the thing, though, because who's to say? The people can just say that they feel they don't feel safe, okay? And that's what the Me Too movement was as well, where there was just a lot of people that were making things extreme and blaming them regardless. So yeah, that was a thing, that was an issue, okay? But yeah, that's basically it. Am I done? Nope. So yeah, we're gonna be an offender for a word, and not even just us, but other people are offenders for words as well. There have been people who lose their jobs because of the things that they say. Okay, I remember that one dude that lost his job for, I think, standing up for himself against a bunch of angry so-called black women that were just trying to belittle him and ridicule him, even though he just said he was kind of being respectful. I forgot his name, and I'm not going to look it up, but you get the picture. I guess. Acts 25 verse 11. For if I be an offender or have committed anything worthy of death, I refuse not to die. But if there be none of these things whereof these accuse me, no man may deliver me unto them. I appeal unto Caesar. And this is the thing. This was something where not necessarily the whole alphabet issue, but in general, being condemned for the things that you say. This is a Babylonian thing, okay, and a Babylonian thing where it's only going to get more apparent. Okay, that was what's it called, Roman Empire. Okay, I think those people are saying that America is becoming more and more like the Roman Empire. There was something about the Roman Empire that people said that most men or whatever respect the Roman Empire. I don't even know where that came from, but me personally, I barely know anything about the Roman Empire. But aside from that, it's just that these are the things, the workings of the Roman Empire, being spiritually Babylon, as well as, if I could remember correctly, being a parallel to the Roman Empire, being a parallel to Babylon today, all right, as well as the prophecies in Revelation. All right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Rakwak Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, abode ball, and Shalom.